adjust my goals, but I was like, cool, I got 3 more years. My next year, we had the dream team. We had AP, Keith, Gary, everybody, and we started out like number 2 in the nation, ended up getting number 1. I was starting on the team. Everything was going well, and we kind of faltered a little bit during the year and ended up getting knocked out in the Elite Eight against UConn, which hurt, but I was like, cool, again, I got 2 more years. When my junior year came, we made that, like I said before, that amazing run to the Final Four and completed a lot of my dreams. But once I got there, I was like, okay, I got one more chance to push this thing farther, and I got the team to do it to win a national championship. So coming into that summer, we all just kind of bonded together and said we're going to go for a national championship, and it really started in May. And every huddle we broke down, we were like, natty, because we wanted to keep that mindset and remind us what we were working for every single day, whether it was in a workout or in the gym, lifting. And so the season started, and we started 13-0. I was like, all right, cool, we're going to go 40-0 and win a national championship, and I'm going to leave Michigan State on the best team ever. Of course, we lost, which happens when you can't really go undefeated that often. But we finished the Big Ten season well. We won the Big Ten tournament, and everything was riding high. We were ready. We weren't worried about Middle Tennessee State as far as like them upsetting us. We were like, okay, we need to get our mindsets right. We need to make sure these freshmen know what's going on. I mean, we saw Duke lose to a 15 seed a couple years ago, so we're like, we're not going to let that happen to us. We're going out, we're going to kill, win by 40, and just move on to the next round. We had everything. We had a shooter in Bryn, we had a slasher in Aaron, we had first-round draft pick in Dede. We had Zell as our All-American point guard who was leading us. I didn't think we could go wrong, and then the game happened, and that was a tough game. They came out and lit us up right away with all those threes. And I was like, okay, cool. They're all excited. They're hitting threes. They're going to cool off. We'll be all right, make our run, and we'll be able to do another one of those dunks. But that did not happen. They continued to hit, and it was difficult to kind of process that as the game was winding down. I realized my time at Michigan State was done, and it was tough because it's like you had all those dreams and aspirations. You just don't really feel like it's real. Talking to guys afterwards, you just kind of feel like you're in a nightmare in that moment because everything you dreamed of was like falling away, and it hurt. Going back in that locker room, I felt like my heart would never be the same. I literally felt crushed. I've never felt like that before, and so the next couple weeks, I shouldn't say weeks, the next couple days were tough. Constantly think about that opportunity lost. I had my fiance there hanging out with me, kind of calm me down sometimes because I cry a lot. I get depressed. I wouldn't really know what to do with myself because I had my next 2 weeks planned out. And those were not enjoyable times. But besides her, I also had Christ with me, and that kind of helped get me through that situation. The nice thing about him is he doesn't go away. I've invested a lot of my time into this game of basketball, but when you compare it to who Christ is and the mission he has for you, it's so insignificant, even if you're trying to play for a national championship. And the question that kept popping up into my head that I think God was kind of putting there was, what is the ultimate purpose for my life? And a lot of times I'm sitting in the back of the bus with my teammates Kobe and MVD, Matt Van Dyke, and we talk about how silly basketball was, that we're literally putting a ball in a hoop, and that's what we train so hard for. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but y'all can watch, so appreciate it. But it's just crazy. We put all of our time into this silly game, and there's so much bigger things in life, and the God of the universe is something we can strive for. He has something that is bigger than all of us, so it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're trying to go get this job or trying to go do well on this test, and you may fail doing that, but his mission and his goal for you is so much bigger than that. there is always a reason for things that are happening, and I think God put me through this to get closer to Him. Not that I've fallen away from Him per se, but when you're down, you're broken. And I feel like that's one of the best times that God can reach your heart and bring you closer to Him, whether it's through His Word or counsel from friends or John. And I think a great example of that, of someone who was broken down and brought closer to the Lord through that, was Andrew Maxwell. He was an extremely skilled quarterback, very athletic, and I saw him play in high school, so I'm a little biased. Like I love watching Andrew play. He killed my high school team all the time. While he was here, he struggled a little bit. He struggled finding that connection with his receivers. Eventually, had to give up the job to Connor Cook. But during that whole time of transition, he still led his team. He still pushed them to be better. And I was like, how is he doing that? And through talks with him and hearing side comments from John of his relationship with the Lord, it's making a lot more sense. His grounding was in the Lord. His grounding wasn't in his football game. His grounding wasn't his academic prowess. His faith was in the Lord, and that can get you through anything. And it's just such a blessing that God has given us to have that relationship with Him. And so Andrew exemplified that he found his satisfaction in Christ. And I guess the main message that I want to leave out with is that no matter what, God can never disappoint you. He's the creator of this universe, and He understands a plan that He has for your life. And so you need to make the center of His life. You need to make Him the center of your life. Other things will fail you. Like I said before, I may miss a shot. I may let a national championship slip through my fingers by losing to Middle Tennessee. But if you have God at the center of your life, you understand that He may have a different plan for you, and that makes whatever you're going through okay, even though it's hard at the time. It's crazy to think that with me not winning a national championship, something greater may happen. Tonight, somebody may accept the Lord because of this testimony, and that humbles me. It makes me feel so stupid for putting all this work into this game, because there's a greater plan, and God has it for us, and I can't always understand that. But luckily He can, and that's why He's God, because He can direct your path without you being an idiot human. And it's great. But the last verse, that thing I want to leave you with, is a verse that John shared with me, and I think it's very fitting. It's Psalms 63, 3-4. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So will I bless you as long as I live. In your name, I will lift up my hands. It's just something that's touched my heart these last couple of days, and thank you for sharing that with me. And he's going to come up now and give a quick message.